Okay, y'all. There we go. What up, everybody? Good to see you. Pardon me. I have no voice right now. So I figured why not go for a stream. Sorry, let me adjust this really quick. Interesting. That should be good right there. Yeah, that's more centered. Okay, sorry about that. We got our off season for the Dolphins. We unfortunately took a big L against the New York Football Jets in the playoffs. So I still need to edit that game. I haven't brought myself to do it yet. But we're gonna simulate the rest of these playoffs, and we're gonna see who the victors are. We're actually gonna do the contract re-signings before the season ends, the playoffs end, quote unquote, before the off season starts. So don't let me forget that. So I guess we should start with showing that we lost to the Jets after, you know, an up and down kind of finish. We did lose that game to Denver, but we did beat the Pats and the Browns before we went into that wild card bye. But you can't win them all, as they say, although we would have loved to have won that one. And the Jets are moving on, and we are heading home for the year, and we'll have some decisions to make and some things to think about, is I guess all I have to say about that. So let's head into week 20, the conference championship round. We'll simulate it, we'll watch SportsCenter, and we'll head to the Super Bowl round. So we've got the Jets taking on the Ravens, and we've got the Bucks taking on the Eagles. Let's see who comes out on top. Wow, the Jets, the team of destiny right now. Holy crap. So the Jets and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to the Super Bowl championship game. I can't believe the Jets beat the Ravens. That's sick. Good for them, I guess. I don't know what else to say other than they did that thing, and the Eagles, another disappointing loss for them. So let's watch SportsCenter. How we doing, Germ?
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Buccaneers walk away with a 6-point victory. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Derek Strait is probably the one that most leaps out at you. The diagnosis, a neck strain. He'll be out for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Antoine Winfield sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. Doctors confirming the worst this week, a torn hamstring. And that'll put him out for the playoffs. Now, on to even bigger news, as you may have already heard. Bobby Gray is done for the year as he's been placed on injured reserve. And as the quarterback of the defense, his loss will certainly be felt. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
And in our final game, we had the Jets come away victorious.
Wow, they shut down their defense.
So before we embark on some serious Super Bowl hype, let's look back and dole out a few game balls for our primetime players from today's conference championships. 32 teams kicked things off back in September, each having this game
and the two worst defenses.
Only two teams remain. One team will stand alone.
That's pretty cool.
As champions of the National Football League. I'm Chris Berman, and that just about wraps it up. Thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you for the Super Bowl here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
All right. So I think we've proven that we don't need to save and watch SportsCenter. I think we can just watch SportsCenter. So we're going to jump right into it. We've got Tampa Bay versus New York. Place your bets now. Who's it going to be? Honestly, I think it's going to be the Jets. That's what my gut says, that it's going to be the Jets. So let's find out. Wow. A boring Super Bowl. A boring Super Bowl, considering it was the best offenses against the worst defenses. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take home the Lombardi Trophy. That's awesome. Well, we were all wrong, ladies and gentlemen. We were all wrong. Alright, well, congratulations to Tampa Bay. Tough look for New York. They just get a worse pick. So this is where I want to take a pause, and we can look at our Pro Bowl players. And we should probably watch this. Oop! Don't do that. We should probably watch the whatchamacallit, the Sports Center first. Let's do that first. Wait, is there no Sports Center for this? There's no Sports Center for the Super Bowl? That's crazy. All right, well, I guess we don't have to watch the Super Bowl Sports Center because there isn't one. This is what I want to do. I want to see who our Pro Bowlers are. So we'll start here and flip over. I need to grab my notebook awkwardly around my microphone. That's so funny. Yeah, because it's literally random now. You're saying you don't trust something that's literally random? So not surprising, no Carson Palmer to be found on this list. Yeah, not surprising. Who is on this list? Obviously, Ricky. Just writing this down so I remember it for next time. So good job by Ricky. No one on fullback. So Chambers is down in the 4th spot. I don't know if he makes it. I think maybe he does because that you need a lot of receivers. So I'm gonna put him with a question mark. And we're gonna gamecast the game, so we'll find out. I'm gonna put him with a question mark. I don't think McMichael makes it. Dixon definitely doesn't do it, but good job by Rufus getting up there. I do believe Reuben Brown gets in. I believe that's his 2nd Pro Bowl. Single-digit picks for Palmer next year, absolutely. Which means we need some help on the line, probably. Especially because we have no tackles making this list. Kickers, no. Olindo was down there. Punters, never. Defensive tackles, no. No one defensive ends. No one on outside linebacker. None of this is surprising to me. Here's where we get people. So I think both Reggie and Sam make it. But I'm going to put a question mark next to Sam Madison. Because I'm not totally sure. So good job by them. And look at our other 2 guys down there by the bottom. Strong safety, no. Free safety, no, but Freeman made the list. Okay. So those are our Pro Bowl selections. Now I want to go to our office, and with this in mind, I want to use the rest of our cap room and do some re-signings. So first I want to look at our guys that are on expiring contracts and see if any of them are worth re-signing for the long term. Whoops. I want to maybe look at, maybe we could lock up Vernon Carey because I think he's on the upswing and I like him. Arturo Freeman is a decision that we have to make. I think we let Darius and Snoop walk. So like we could rework Ricky's contract now. So this is where there's like no one here that I'm really jumping. Oh, McMichael. We should re-sign McMichael too. So this is probably, we have $3 million left. This is probably the only guy that I'll look at right now. Let's renegotiate this. So when we do this, we want to make it a descending contract. So that's what he wants. So that's good. Because technically that 05 year is this year. So that's going to all go away. It's not going to count. So, wow, that's all he wants? Well, this sure is a team-friendly deal. I could get a little bit of cap room back by making it a little bit more of a bonus. And it's still yeah, I think I'm good with this. 4.8, and so remember that $1.15 million it'll be technically a 3-year deal starting with that one where he's just at 945K. So I think that's a great move for our cap room. Maybe I can keep it at I don't mind necessarily paying him $1 million next year. I wonder if he'll take it just like this. But yeah, that's nice. That's a nice contract for us. I like that for Randy. Hopefully he doesn't take a huge nosedive. Definitely a sweetheart deal. All right, not surprised he declined that one. We'll bump him up to 484. And we'll keep him at the 20% bonus. Let's do it. You're declining that too? Ugh. All right, fine. Let's just give you exactly what you want. That's fine by me. That's totally fine by me. If you decline exactly what you want, I'm going to be upset with you, Randy. You can't decline except... Yeah, exactly. Thank you. All right, we get Randy back, and honestly, we still have some room to work. So I think I'm now going to look at Vernon Carey, because he's a young guard. I like him. I think we're kind of weak in that position in general. Let's renegotiate his contract. Let's see what he wants. 4 years, descending. We love it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why we wouldn't do this either. Just give him exactly what he wants, and it takes care of some of our cap right away. And that's about what you want to pay for a guard that's hopefully going to get better over the next couple of years. So let's just straight up sign him to that. I like that. All right, Vernon accepts the offer. That gets more team friendly as it goes, which is really nice. So now we still have a little bit more room to play with. I wonder... We are absolutely still looking at Peanut Tillman, for sure. I wonder if we... I know Gallery wasn't the best, but he's young, and hopefully he would get better. I guess it also depends on what we would do. Let me just do this really quick. Can I not start a trade yet? I can't. Yeah, we don't need to try and stretch Ricky yet. Palmer has plenty of time. So let's just see what he wants. I wonder if we could stretch him to... Oh, going longer actually makes it worse. So that would just be another... Yeah, we can't do that with Robert, so he's too expensive. So so who do we want to try and... I wonder if we can work any magic with this last million that we have. Or, because it's either use it or lose it, unfortunately. Like, I think at this point it's who can we... Oh, that's not even a conversation. I guess it's... Can we make it work with Arturo? If it goes to sending... He's not even that good. And he's in year 7. He's a 73. I think this isn't worth it. I don't really love Darius or Snoop. I'm not... Most of these guys are on really good contracts. Chambers is going to get paid what he gets paid. Darius isn't even that good. Now at this point, I'm just looking at guys that we can like invest in that are maybe 2 years away. Like Whitley isn't going to do anything. Carey got paid, so he's our best guard. We'll probably move off of Rex Hadnot unless he suddenly jumps, but I don't see that happening. I mean, technically we traded for Gallery. I suppose we should probably entertain the notion of re-signing him. I think we just got ourselves to a point where he's going to be more expensive. I could just sign him to an ascending contract, and I wonder if I could make it. I could just do that. I could just sign him to like a longer ascending deal. And it would technically, like, make him more expensive as we go. That's a lot of money to put into Robert Gallery. I don't know if he's worth that. So maybe it was an experiment, and we'll see how he progresses. Yeah, nothing to rework there. I think we definitely want to try and upgrade it outside linebacker. Zach Thomas is still quote-unquote hurt. We're probably going to cut Jamie Duncan and maybe try and draft inside linebacker high as well. We got a lot of changes to make on this team. I wonder what we could do. I wonder if Sam would be more willing to take, like, a more team-friendly deal. I don't have the money for him, though. That's too bad. Oh, yeah. God damn it. Why do you want so much money, Sam? Jesus. Sam's probably the contract that we're going to try and get off of with maybe Sam Madison and a pick for Peanut or something like that. I wish I could do that right now, honestly. Mathis's contract is so good. Yeah, I just, like, I don't see anyone we could do this money to. Like, we could either... I just don't see anyone we could give this money to. Like, maybe Turk just wants 1 year? What? That's crazy. I mean, we could just do that. We could just sign him for... He's already on for 2 years, so it'd be basically just like reworking his contract. So yeah, I think we're good here. I'm happy we did it. We signed 2 guys that we now won't need to sign in the off season. So let's go into the Pro Bowl, and we'll gamecast it. Oh, don't simulate the week. We'll gamecast it. There's no Sports Center, so we'll go to Gamecast Live. And I don't believe I can't do the depth chart. All right, so we're just gonna simulate it and see if we see any guys that we know here. Oh, Ricky. Obviously, Ricky's going to get some playing time. Hi, Wolfie. All right, McNair to Trent Richardson. That's nice. I am very excited to play with Mike Allstott in the next franchise that we start whenever I'm able to start it. This is my last stream before I move to a new sublet apartment, so I gotta figure out the streaming situation there when my new system gets set up. Which is kind of why I'm doing this tonight. I love how McNabb's returning the punts because the game can't figure that glitch out. See, I do not think that the Gamecast registers to play the backups like it's a preseason game in the Pro Bowl. I feel that way too, Al. Tough miss from Jason Elam. Well, that's that. All right, the NFC takes the victory over the AFC, 17-14. Tough look for our guys, but you know, that's how it goes. Is there a Sports Center for that? There is not, so we got nothing left but the off season. I don't think there's anything to do here. We can look at the Super Bowl MVP, I suppose. It was Derek Brooks, so good job by Derek. Those obviously weren't his stats, but I think he maybe was the Defensive Player of the Year. Is that right? Yeah, it was. So Defensive Player of the Year, Derek Brooks also being the player of the game. So, I mean, 10-3 must have done something. Must have been some like crazy weather or something like that. So we're gonna get into the off season. I think let's keep pushing. I'm gonna save really quick just in case something goes wrong. Our re-signing should be pretty easy. Let's just go ahead and we can skip right into the offseason here. I guess retirements will be interesting. We'll look at all of them. All right, well, Jamie Duncans and Antoine Edwards and Sammy Morris are going to be retiring. So that frees up an extra, I mean, we're already sitting at 13.3 million, and we'll we'll get another like 1.5 million back. So that's great. Because we're not going to try and convince them to stay. Let's go around the league and see the rest of the retirements. For the Eagles, we've got Chad Lewis, Moran Norris, Sean Morey. On the Falcons, we've got Bob Whitfield and Aaron Beasley. Michael Strahan calling it quits after 14 seasons. Got to go start that talk show. It's like we got Jimmy Smith calling it quits. Reggie Tung's going to be retiring. Earl Holmes. Shout out to those old Giants days, how different they were. Marco Rivera, Ty Detmer, hanging it up. Chris Magnum, fantastic name. Jesse Armstead, all retiring. Mike Vrabel, he's going to go coach the Pats. Ted Johnson and Chris Villarreal and Roman Pfeiffer and Dwayne Level. So that's an early retirement, but a lot of retirements from the Patriots. For the Raiders, we got a lot of retirements. Perella, Tim Brown, Ray Buchanan, Travion Smith, Amos Rowe, and Brandon Bennett. Corey Harris and Rich Cody from the Rams. Sammy Knight and Dale Carter from the Ravens. Walt Harris, Jermaine Haley, Nick Goings, and Chad Morton. A couple of also on the earlier end retirements here from Washington. We've got Norman, we've got Ambrose, we've got John Carney, the kicker out of New Orleans. We've got Millie and Lejeune out of the Seahawks. That feels early too, 4 years in, wow. Imagine playing this game and the game assumes that you're going to retire after 4 years and you're like, what the hell, game? Got Tommy Maddox, Oliver Ross, Derek Ward, Clint Kreidwaltz for the Steelers. Just Gilbert Brown retiring from the Texans. Keon Carpenter, Frank Sanders, Jason Matthews from the Titans, Marcus Coleman, Mo Williams, and Ronald McKinnon retiring from the Vikings. Just Curtis Conway from the 49ers. Wayne Gandy and Victor Green and Shannon Sharp. He's got to go start a podcast. And Cooper Carlisle from the Bears. Terrence Shaw, Adrian Ross from the Bengals. Troy Vincent, Gash, and Robertson from the Bills. Ooh, John Lynch, that's a big one. Hall of Fame bound. TJ Houshmandzadeh calling it a career out of Denver. Those are all the big ones there. Terrell Smith, Anthony Henry, Earl Little. Wow, Derek Brooks retiring after the Super Bowl victory and getting Defensive Player of the Year. He's hanging it up with $8 million on the table, so he's about to give them a lot of money. A whole lot of money. So good. So they get to rebuild, basically, after this is all over. They could re-sign some of their guys now. That's crazy. So Derek Brooks calling it a career. What a way to go out. Emmitt Smith is calling it a career in Arizona. He was just riding pine there pretty much. Leverett out of San Diego. We got Warfield. We've got Rich Gannon, 20 years in the league with that cross-eyed, beautiful stare. Poor guy. Just Stanley Pritchett from the Colts. No retirements from the Cowboys. They have a lot of cap space. All right, and then back to our 3 retirements. So we're going to let them walk because that's what we do, allow the retirements. Bye-bye. Thank you for the cap space. So now I'm curious because I have no idea. Okay, thank you so much for that. I'm not trading, Ricky. I just want to know what we have for... So we have our first, our second, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, a 6th, and a 7th. So depending on what's out there, I'm definitely willing to trade up with some of the picks that we have. We are probably... No, I do not want to finish that trade now. We obviously have some players to potentially re-sign, to potentially let go. I think a lot of them we're going to potentially let go versus re-sign. But first I want to go to player progression. Because this should be a year that the player progress actually happens. So we see a nice +2 for Carson. I think quarterback is going to have to be something that we look at in general. Maybe we sign a better backup in free agency, but I don't think Fiedler is going to be whatever the hell is going to be the guy. Ricky takes another step back, but that's okay. So does Travis Minor. So maybe this is the year we draft a running back that we really like. Although I still think we have another year or two for Ricky, although his contract is expiring next year. We go to fullbacks. Our only one left is Conrad. He took a step back, so fullback is also a position we could look at in the draft. So we also could have a lot of needs that we fill through the draft. I think receiver is something that I definitely want to take a priority in. Oh, that's a bummer to see that Shannon Yates got better as a receiver, but he got worse with his hands. Ellis Watson, his hands also aren't very, very good. So I definitely want to look high on receiver, maybe with one of those 2 second-round picks. I think we want to definitely get a number 2 receiver in this draft. I also think we're probably, guys with catch ratings in the 60s and the 80s, like, that's not going to help. So I think we're probably going to walk on Thompson. I think we're probably going to walk on Snoop, and we'll go from there. Randy held pat. I'm glad we resigned him. He can catch. Ernest Moss took a big jump, 8 total points, got better across the board at pretty much everything, especially blocking. He's definitely more of a blocking specialist. And Donald Lee is there as a backup. He's okay. Big improvement from Rufus Dixon, gaining 4 points, all 80s in his blocking numbers, so we'd love to see that. Love to see that aggression number go up too. Seth McKinney, we'll probably, if his contract is agreeable, we'll probably try and get off of him for cap space because we typically don't need that backup for center. Guards, I wish those numbers were better for Vernon, but I do love to see that he went up by 5 overall, so hopefully he's going to continue to go in the correct direction there. Ruben's starting to regress, but I'm hoping we can, 94 run block, 88 pass block. He's still really good, so I think we can keep him on the team. And we might move off of one of these guys as well. Maybe honestly Whitley, because Hadnot has better pass block ratings, and he actually improved this year versus this. So we'll see. Gallery went up by 4. I think we probably re-signed Gallery. It's too bad we couldn't. Maybe we should have targeted him in the offseason. A good little jump by Wade Smith as well. But I do think tackle is a position I want to maybe... Oh, Grady Torres. Didn't we draft Grady Torres late? He slightly improves, so we'll have to find out what we have available to us. Looks like Big Perk did take a bunch of steps forward. We'll probably move off of Chester, let Big Perk actually start. Keep Tim Bowens there for a little bit longer since he's kind of fading out, and then we have a guy who's a run cover, and then we have a guy who's a pass rusher. And that should work out okay for us, and maybe we draft or we go free agency for defensive tackle. Taylor loses 3 points. That's a bummer to see. Agunle stays where he is. Hilton gains 1 point. Thornton gains 3 points, so that's nice to see out of a rookie, getting a nice little improvement, even though he's not really that good. Alright, so our guy drafted went up to a 69, but I think outside linebacker is definitely going to be another position that we have to look at. And I think Jenkins is the one who we're going to let walk here. That's an obvious walk, I think. That's no problem. I would love to get off of Zach Thomas. I know he's still pretty good. He's only going to get worse. He gets hurt seemingly every year, even though his durability is 67, so that makes sense. But I think I think maybe that other second round pick should be for a linebacker. So I think wide receiver and I think linebacker are probably the two positions we take in the second round, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, Sam Madison's dropping. Honestly, Reggie Howard's dropping too. We're kind of in trouble here, but unless, of course, we get Peanut Tillman and it just works out for us. But Pablo Reed was the guy we drafted last year. He's a return guy too. He's fast. But he played pretty good this year, so hopefully he'll continue to improve. Neil Mathis is our only strong safety. Maybe we'll sign somebody cheap as his backup rather than drafting one, but if we draft one, it'll probably be in the late rounds. But good to see him getting a big jump into the 80s. So far, we've done well with the strong safeties we've drafted. Freeman takes a little step back. Bua's a little step forward. Free safety is probably going to be a position that we go. Yeah, should we just trade both of our old pieces for Peanut? Do trades happen? Oh no, Lindo takes a couple steps back, but he'll be fine. Same with Matt Turk. Do trades happen before the draft? Someone with more knowledge than me needs to let me know. So technically we only need 5 players, but we're about to release a lot of guys. So let's go to our expiring contracts. I think we do re-sign Robert Gallery. Let's see what he wants. He wants 3 years front loaded. What if we gave you 4 years? Well, hold on. What does this do? It's 11.79 if we do that. So if we do 4 years, what does that look like? It's a little bit worse immediate cap room for us. We get him for a little bit longer, and it makes the salary hit a little bit more palatable. And if he doesn't get that much better, that's actually pretty okay for us. I think I'm going to sign him to, let's say if he'll take 12.10 for 4 years. And then I think we can just call it, and we actually have some room to maybe, like, dick around in free agency. Yeah, he's not going to take that, so let's get you up to, like, 25. Maybe you'll take that. All right, then I'm down to look at the trades right now because I think I want to draft with the knowledge that Peanut Tillman is in our room. So let's go make that happen after we do the signings that we're going to do. So can I? Yeah. All right. So I like that deal for Gallery. He's a little overpaid, but hopefully he'll continue to get better. And honestly, sometimes you just gotta pay $3 million for for your tackle, and I'm okay with that penalty being a little bit higher because we're not going to get rid of him. And sometimes you got to play your players that are good. So just for ha-has, and this, I mean, we would really need to get. Let's begin a trade with Zach and with Sam Madison, and let's go to. I believe he's on the Bears. He's not on the Bears? What team is he on? Oh, we've already traded with the Bears. That's so funny. Why am I blanking on what team he's on? There we go. We found him. He's on the Eagles. That's so funny. So they are uninterested in that trade. That's so funny. They don't even want to give anyone back. So what is... I'm curious why they don't want to do that trade. Is it Zach? It's not Zach. Is it Sam? They just don't want to trade the pick. They just don't want to trade the guy. It's not Sam. So let's see if throwing our first round pick. I mean, technically we would need it to be our second round pick, no? But it'd be cheesing it if it wasn't. So the first round pick makes it viable. The second round pick does not. So also it says we don't have us. Why does it say? Oh, because we don't. So we could. I don't love that. I guess this is the trade that we could make. I'm not sure what that does to our cap. That's a lot to give up for Peanut Tillman. That's a whole lot to give up for Peanut Tillman. That makes me nervous. And they really only want to do it for Sam. So I mean, oh no, it was taking Sam away actually made it better. Yeah, I think we're gonna... I like the idea of trying to get Peanut Tillman. It's interesting, like, if I had Sam in there, it would probably take, like, maybe my next 2 first-round picks. Like, if I also gave up next year's firsts, I could completely leverage our future if I wanted to. The second round pick also gets us there, but that again feels like way too steep of a cost for him. They're in the 29th spot. I mean, we could grab back their third and their, like, what, next year third? We could get a couple of picks back for it. That still feels like too much. I don't want to give up both of my first round draft picks. All right, well, Peanut's a little expensive for right now. Let's worry about the rest of this. I want to go around on everybody. I straight up don't see us re-signing any of these guys. Technically, Arturo Freeman is our starter right now, but I just feel like we could draft a better player for what he wants. Although that's not that bad. We could always draft him as the backup, but I don't want to spend over $1 million on a guy who's like not going to be that good, not really play. So I think I'm just going to release the rest of these guys and let's go play around in free agency. I think we know where we need help and we have a little bit of money. I think as long as we go into the draft with around $6 million, we should be good to go. So let's do it. I'm gonna try and be definitive here. So we're gonna release the players with expired contracts. We're gonna put them all out into free agency, and we're gonna go play in free agency. It's not that great. Where are our needs again? I think we could use either linebacker position. We could technically use a free safety. So let's go around. Quincy Carter's available. That's hilarious. Tatum Bell is an interesting backup option. He's pretty cheap too. I don't mind that at all. Fullbacks, we could technically I'm not against signing Max Strong. 85 run block. His catch is kind of meh. I could look at Richie Anderson if I wanted better run block, but that would be, I mean, it's a 1-year move. So, again, I don't think they're going anywhere super fast. Lorenzo Neal's also right there. 81 run block. His catch is the same. Interesting. Antonio Bryant is out. What does he want? He wants 6 years? That's crazy. Alright, I wanna put a pin in Antonio Bryant for a second. Because he could potentially just be our one move and then we're done. Alright, no guards I like. Jeff Backus, I've learned that lesson the hard way. No kicker, no punter. Casey Hampton's expensive. Expensive. Way too expensive. Defensive end, I don't think we really need anybody. Alright, outside linebacker. Again, nobody. Hannibal Navies. I don't know. He's not that great. He's not that expensive, though, so that could be a cheap guy to grab and then release someone who's worse, just in case we can't find anybody better. So we could potentially piecemeal a couple guys together. Definitely, wow, that's amazing that New England threw something on him. I don't think there's anyone here that we want. Tank Williams, a strong safety, that's cool. Yeah, I just don't know why we would. Alright, there's Arturo Freeman. He wants $7 million over 4 years. Who is gonna give that to you, my dude? I mean, Omar Stoudemire is actually kind of interesting because he's essentially just better Arturo Freeman. It's funny, Tampa Bay wants him. Alright, so let's sprinkle some Tatum Bell. Maybe we go balance with Tatum Bell. Give him a little less bonus, give him a little bit more Mulaski. Maybe sit him straight up on $1 million. I feel good paying Tatum Bell that much. Let's see if he takes that. So we'll offer to Tatum. Max Strong's getting some offers. We do have a fullback, so it's not like we need to grab that guy. Wow, people are already going in on him. I mean, chat, yes or no? We could make this offer and be done with free agency. We also probably wouldn't draft a receiver. What? What? He just, the time just was over? The game made the decision for me? Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's a bummer. The game went, no thank you, King. Wow, I'm literally giving him exactly what he wants. Alright, well, do we grab Antoine Randall-El? His stamina sucks. Wow, he just decided to go to Denver just like that. I mean, that's actually not a bad contract for Antoine. He could be our third receiver. I don't mind that, but first I'm gonna put it way down here because that's where the other offers are, and I'm gonna wait for a team to actually get serious about it. So let's just make that offer for now. I need to remind myself who my defensive ends are. Oh, wait. We're good at defensive end. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that either. That was funny. Oh, yeah. Hannibal Navies was the other name I was looking at, potentially just like grabbing to grab some depth that isn't as bad as the depth that we have. Solid tackle number. His pass rush is meh. His cover is eh. I just feel like Hannibal always plays well against us, so I'm over here thinking that he's good, but his durability sucks. Maybe we're not going to sign him. I am so trepidatious about signing guys that don't have good durability. Wow, Ben Lieber is surprisingly getting a lot of offers. Okay, well, this was an interesting free agent class. Freeman's getting some offers, probably not the ones that he wants. All right, well, let's see what happens here. Let's advance a day. What are we considering against, guys? What are we considering? There's no one. Come on now. Oh, interesting. Lorenzo has moved his goalposts. Is it weird that I'm more interested in him now that he's willing to go for a 3-year contract? Interesting. I don't think that's worth it. All right. Oh, look at San Francisco coming in with an offer better than ours. I see you, San Francisco. So I think I'm actually down to make this offer to Antoine. That bonus makes me a little worried. But that's not a terrible contract. Maybe if I bring the bonus down to that, and we could still play around in our draft. So I'm gonna drop that offer on him and see what he does with it. Let's go back to another day. Tatum, what's wrong with you, man? Why don't you like the offer I'm giving you? I feel like this is an offer you can't refuse, and no one else is coming close to it. All right, let's advance another day. We're technically the best. All right, so Antoine Randall accepts our offer, and I think we're gonna sign him. Let's do it. Let's bring a little veteran presence. I think he's gonna be our slot receiver. I think we still get a receiver high, but let's bring him in. So we actually, before I do that, because he's accepted, so if the day goes, that means we're good. I want to see again if Tatum Bell has gotten any new offers. He has not. So again, he should accept the offer that we've given to him. But before anything else, I do want to go to the front office. Let's go check out our new toy, Antoine Randall L. And I think what we're gonna do is probably I'm thinking I hate to have to maybe cut Watson, but this is very obvious cap cutting space, but we have improved our roster immediately by putting another real adult on the roster here. So good job by us, I guess. Let's get back into it. All right, we're looking at. Let's adjust the thing. What are we missing here? That's okay. I can give you front load. Is that why you got all pissy on me? Is because you wanted a front loaded contract instead? That's all you had to say, dude. It's literally all you had to say. Let's give him this. Let's advance the day. There we go. We got him. We got our guy. So Tatum Bell comes on. I think we've solved the drafting or running back problem. I think Tatum's going to become our go-to backup. And who knows what we're going to do with the other guy. So we'll advance a day. We'll jump out again one more time. So we've added some pieces to the offense. It's funny, it says to improve the team's offensive rushing. So we're now a little bit runner. I think Travis Minor probably will go, and maybe we'll even release him to free agency. We really only need 2 running backs on our roster, so I don't know how much lower my roster number can go, but we can keep him on the roster until it's time to sign rookies. So I'm gonna take another look through free agency. I think we're at a pretty perfect point in terms of cap room going into the drafts, and I think honestly we're gonna end up using all of our draft picks, and I know that Peanut Tillman is on our mind. I don't know how we're gonna get him. Maybe it's gonna be an in-season thing, but we'll have to cross that bridge eventually. I think our 3 highest priorities in the draft, technically we have 4 high priorities, and maybe this is a situation because we don't have an immediate need in any of the 4 first round things. Maybe what we do right now is look at what our pick is projected to be and trade out of the first round with a team who has a need in that position. So I'm going to write down wide receiver, although it isn't as urgent now that we have Antoine Randall L. I'm going to write down free safety. I think free safety is a really urgent need for us. Technically inside, well, actually, I'm going to say outside linebacker is more important than our inside linebacker right now, although having Pope as the backup does not make me super stoked. But we definitely need help in both of those positions. So a lot of defense probably going to get drafted, and I think I like the idea of trading out of our first round pick, considering we don't really need a defensive end, a halfback, a quarterback, or a tackle. Unless we're supposed to pick a tackle, that's really, really good. All right, so let's look through everything one more time. Chat, if you see anyone that you like, holler it out. It looks like Quincy Carter's about to go to Indianapolis, which is interesting. We obviously got our halfback. We weren't really looking at fullbacks anymore, although we might draft one. We got our wide receiver. Darius Thompson has cooled his jets on what he wants, seemingly. I don't think that there's a tight end here that we want. Centers, no. Guards, no. Tackles. Backus is still out there. It looks like he's getting some offers, though. Detroit, looks like Detroit's going to sign him back. Good for them. Got Neil Rackers. Going to get a pretty decent deal out of New Orleans. Dirk Johnson might not have a job. I mean, I don't think there's anyone here at defensive tackle that we'd want to sign. Like, this guy doesn't look that good. And I don't know if, like, I feel like they would need to have really good, one of the run coverage or pass rush stats would have to be elite for me to want to consider it. We're good on defensive end. I just don't really feel like Jamie Winborn's that good. Maybe I'm missing something. Good speed. Terrible durability. That immediately turns me off to him. And then I don't think we want to sign anyone lower than that. I feel like teams have been bidding on him the entire time we've been here. I feel like I'm really missing something about Hunter Hillenmeyer. No cornerbacks to grab. No strong safeties to grab. Wow, New England's about to pay Arturo. Wow, is he going to go play for New England? Really? Dude, you're going to go play for New England, bro? Oh, always hot route, buddy. Always hot route. Should we sign him just so New England doesn't? Like, what's happening right now? I don't want to do that. I don't want to sign Arturo Freeman. He can go play for New England if he wants. All right, we're done with free agency. We're done with free agency. We're done with free agency. I do not wish to sign any more free agents. Arturo Freeman's probably going to the Pats. Let's see if that happens. Nope, he didn't go there. That's so funny. Thank God. All right. Okay. So now I want to look at ESPN.com. I want to look at the mock draft. I want to see where we are. So it has us taking a defensive end. So I want to look at... I don't need a defensive end. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jesus Christ. Apparently everyone is going to take a defensive end. So there's 14 defensive ends being taken right now. So what that also means... Oh shit, wow. You know what I just noticed? I know we love Carson, but because this game is so glitched out, I only see... There's no quarterbacks on this list. So I'm very curious. So some of the best players, I think Medina right here is immediately a guy that we want to look at because he's really high. And so if they're high on this list, it probably means that they're high overall. I want to see how far I have to scroll before we get to a quarterback. Also, Stanley right here, Manuel Stanley. So Moses Connor is potentially the best quarterback in the draft. Benjamin Montgomery. I'm surprised there's so many defensive ends being listed as being taken before him. I'm not 100% what we should be... We quite literally have our pick at QB. So I'm wondering if we spend the combine scouting quarterbacks and we go from there. Oh, it looks like the big board is here. Interesting. So we got Moses Connor. So, like, I do love Carson, but, like, why not grab a quarterback here if there's a good quarterback that we can grab with our first-round pick? We go to quarterbacks. We got Connor, Montgomery, Evans. Let me just write these down. Because I think we get to look at 3 per. Wilkerson, Hunter, Ziderko? Wow. I have to draft him just for the name. Zimmerman, Baldwin, and then let's just go from there. And then Freeman. We could trade Carson to get Peanut. That would be an insane trade. I guess if we grab a quarterback who's really good. All right, so let's start with... Connor. Full report. Let's go to Montgomery. I think I saw him up at the top. And then we'll put an hour on Evans. Scout them out. I'm just gonna do all the scouting right away, and then we can look at everybody. That's awesome. I fucking love that. Actually, let's look at the scouting first. Let's not be hasty. When it comes to pure pass skills, he has few peers. Bad reads led to more than a few picks. Will need time to mature on the sidelines. I mean, good numbers from Connor. Really good numbers for Montgomery. So 82 durability, 80s on the pass strength and the pass accuracy. Not as good composure wise, but those are some good numbers. Woof. Okay, let's put the other 2 hours on Evans. Now we have Wilkerson. We have Hunter. Oh, that's all we can do for day number 2. So let's scout these guys. I mean, we could literally... Good. We could... Wow, that's actually... Lack of consistency could hurt his draft status. Incredible Canyon. It's hard to fault his accuracy, even though his pass accuracy is in a 71. I guess his pass read coverage is much better than the other guys, so we'll have to keep that in mind as well. But I don't mind Wilkerson either. So let's go back to our... Goddamn. Let's go back to our list of Drico for sure. We know where's the Drico at. Can't wait to see that scouting report. We got Zimmerman. Big Zim. And we've got Baldwin. 1 hour on Baldwin. Let's go. Where's the Drico? Oh, too bad. He sucks. Oh, whoops. I forgot to put... Stop it. So let's put the last 2 on you. I missed putting one on Hunter. And so... The last name I had was Freeman. So we can just put 3 on Freeman and be done with it. I mean, I guess I won't waste the point. Do you love them or do you hate them? We'll put... We'll put it on the guy who's both smart and fast, just for funsies. Alright, so now the draft is going to be next. I think Connor's okay. I think I like Evans. I like Montgomery. I like Wilkerson, although he's really slow. That's too bad. Freeman's a no. Hunter's more of a project. Yeah, definitely QB or bus scouting. So I think we would have to either decide between Evans or Montgomery or trade the pick. Montgomery's probably a little faster. Yeah, 32 speed, 82 durability. I'm leaning towards Montgomery. A little smarter too. His pass read coverage isn't great, but leadership's up at a 6-1. We can work on hot and cold in college, so my vote is for Montgomery. Big Mont. We can go back through it again during the draft. I do believe that the big board is gone now, that we've finished the combine, so that's my bad for that. So we can't look at who's going to take what now. We can look back at the rookie report, but we'll have to make a decision. Do we trade the pick, or do we try and get our guy? Let me save really quick. All right. Now I want to quickly, you know what we'll do? We'll wait until after all the picks are made. So we'll go into the draft. It's going to zoom all the way to us. Zoom, zoom. There we go. Lots of defensive, like all the defensive ends got taken. So once again, we have our choice of pick. So I'm going to jump out here and I'm going to do a little bit of cheating. And I'm going to look at, because our position, our team was also supposed to take a defensive end, I'm going to look at who hasn't gotten their defensive end yet. Oh, I guess that's fair. So, the Eagles are good. The Falcons are good. Maybe we could trade it to the Giants. These guys are good. I'm not really trying to trade with the Jets. I could see if the Lions would be interested in it. These guys are good. I mean, the Raiders, maybe. Maybe we could trade it to the Ravens because they need somebody. I guess it doesn't show the players that they've drafted so far. That's interesting that it doesn't show who they've drafted. Because a ton of defensive ends just got taken. I think I'm going to see if the Ravens will trade for it, because they need a defensive end. Maybe they already took one. Oh yeah, the Ravens haven't gone yet. So yeah, let's see if we can get them to trade up like 2 spots and what they would give us for it. That's so funny. We're gonna pretend like they really, really want our pick. So, 28th pick to the Ravens. No. Oh, you can't? Oh, that's stupid. I can't trade the pick that's on the clock? Okay. Alright, chat, you tell me. Do we take a quarterback or do we reload it and try and do this? Because I was actually kind of keen on trading the pick, if it made sense. I guess it makes sense that... Well, it doesn't make sense that... Because every team sees every draft pick that every team makes, and then they could react to it. Whatever. I'm mad. Yeah, bear with me, fam. I'm glad that I saved right before the draft. I'm gonna reload this really fast. And I'm gonna try and oh, you're all saying QB? Really? Oh, okay. I guess that makes it more fun. I guess I can just reload the save and do the QB. Okay, QB it is. Well then, I lied. Let's do that all again. Keeping me honest, y'all. So many defensive ends just got taken. Okay, what does the scout say? Literally none of the guys that we scouted. That's so funny. Who does Mel Kiper say is the best? I really hope I can get Medina. I'm gonna be going for him. Moses Connor. I feel like Connor's numbers weren't even that good. Montgomery is 3rd. This is where the indecision lays heavy on me. Alright. Yeah, I didn't... Interesting. I wonder why... He's clearly the best option. I wasn't even considering him, but maybe now I should be. His speed sucks. His durability is okay. He's not going to get faster. Montgomery was where I was leaning. Evans is also a solid option, but again, slow as shit. Not as durable. And then after that, I really like... Maybe Zimmerman with a 71 speed. Huh, that's funny. Pena actually sounds promising based on his coach's notes. A career mired by mediocrity. All right, I think I'm going to go with Montgomery. I think he's my guy, even though none of the scouts say so. That's so interesting to me. But yeah, we'll take Benjamin Montgomery, 6'6", out of Colorado. Carson Palmer is about to be pissed, but I guess this is our guy. Hopefully his numbers aren't too rough. All right, let's go see who we have best available. Oop. All right, this is a no-brainer. I'm taking Medina. We need the outside linebacker help. I mean, we could look at Manuel Stanley. We're going to have a whole round go by until we're able to pick more, so that's unfortunate. But I think since we have Zach Thomas and we need help at outside linebacker right away, I think this is my guy, no doubt. 4.53, he's fast, he's strong. I think Greg Medina is the pick. I'm always curious what the scouts say. Hey, look at that, Greg Medina. I was totally right. Let's go get him. So this should hopefully be a day one starter for us. Yeah, go Qs. 6'2" out of Syracuse. Let's go Orange. Greg Medina, welcome to the Miami Dolphins. Welcome to Miami. Yeah, not in Syracuse anymore, right, Jossie? All right, we missed the whole third round, but we go to the fourth round. We get 2 picks in this round. Lots of outside linebackers available. That's too bad. We could grab a defensive tackle here. We could just grab Huff. Honestly, I'm not against grabbing Huff here. Although he's kind of on the slow side. It's too bad I don't really see any free safeties that are... We might be in trouble in free safety land. All positions. So... I think we grab... either Huff, Griffith... Huff's stronger, smarter. Huff is better for me there. Now we're getting a little mired up. And we get 2 picks in this round. So I think I'm going to grab the inside linebacker here since that's on my lists. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot about wide receiver. Jesus Christ. Let me see who's left at wide receiver. There's only one more guy left with 4 hands. 6'6" out of Tulane. He's not that strong. He's not that fast. That's a bummer. I should have paid more attention to this. I actually don't mind this Nathan Cole kid. Let me see what the scouts say. Allison or Harris. I don't remember saying Olsen. Allison has 2 for hands, so I don't know what they're thinking. Oh, there's just not a lot of free safeties left, so they're just telling me to grab one right now. Honestly, this guy's far and away the best free safety left. So I think maybe we just grab Bruce Harris right here and we'll move on from there. We got our inside linebacker, and let's pray that this 4 hands is still here by the next pick. So Bruce Harris, welcome to the squad. Now we get the 28th pick. We're going to swing over to wide receiver. Our 4 hands guy is still there. Delgado. Who's Delgado? Again, why would you recommend a wide receiver with one hands? I don't comprehend that at all. That means their hands rating is in like the 60s or the 70s maybe. Let me go out and look at who we've got. Huff is still there. Or Griffith. Let me flip over to inside linebacker just to more easily compare the three. They're all about the same speed. Terry's the strongest. Jump is about the same. Shuttle is about the same. Huff is the smartest. Interesting. I think I'm going to go with Huff here. I think I'm going to grab the inside linebacker. And we'll keep looking for where that four hands guy lands. Maybe we can grab him in the 5th round. Oh yeah, Huff was on my list there. Okay. So I'm glad I'm on the same page as the scouts at least. So Andre Huff out of Utah, gonna be our backup for Zach Thomas. All right, let's check again. Quinn and Manning. No, he's still there. Manning, this is our guy. All right, so this is the right place to take him. Hopefully he's a little bit faster than advertised. He's obviously not going to be that strong, but he's got the best hands of any of the guys left, so let's grab him right here. Ruben Manning, welcome to the team. All right, now I think we have another 5th rounder. This is probably where I'm going to take the defensive tackle. We've got some strong safeties that are okay up here. Maybe we can take a flyer on one of them. Interesting. There must not be much difference between all these guys. I think Newman was the guy that they wanted me to take. Whoops. Yep, Newman was the guy. I'm not really interested on any of those other ones. Where's my team needs at? Oh, don't look at that rating. Sorry. Yeah, let's just go with Newman. We needed one more defensive tackle, so we'll go with the scouts here. Bye, Jesse. Big boy, 322 out of Iowa State. We love it. Joel Newman, welcome to the team. All right, round number 6. At this point, we're kind of grasping at straws. I wouldn't be against taking a strong safety here. Especially if they're, yeah, I mean, Winston Barton is the best player available. He was up there as available to take. So I think we'll grab Winston Barton here. Yeah, Winston Barton indeed. That's a great name, too. Winston Barton. Out of Clemson. Yeah, I don't know why either. All right, and now our 7th rounder, our Mr. Irrelevant. I mean, we could look. I think actually taking a fullback here would be perfect. So we ended up having kind of a good amount of draft picks for what we wanted. Looks like Campbell is the best one left. I don't know if that was the same one it wanted us to take. Wants us to take Sharp. I think we can look fullback. So Campbell, it said, was the best. Sharp, it wanted us to take. Sharp has 2 hands. Montgomery here has 3 hands. That's it for hands. Let's separate them by bench. These guys are like practically the same, I feel like. I think I'm going to go with Orlando Campbell only because you know what? He's much smarter and his hands are a little better. Let's go with Sharp. I'll go with the Scouts on this one. Scouts can't be wrong, right? So we'll take the fullback out of West Virginia with our 7th round pick. Welcome, Ronald Sharp. All right, let's sign these rookies, baby. I like how that ended up kind of working out for us. It looks like Garrett Medina is our best player, which is awesome. And he's an 81 overall, so good job by us getting him. That's awesome. Shout out to Syracuse. Let's go ahead and sign him first. I want to get you on. I want you for as long as possible, my friend. We're gonna go ascending for all of these rookies. I think I'm okay with giving you 20% because get out of here. That's a ridiculous contract, and you're gonna like it. Thank you very much, Garrett. Oh, of course you decline it. All right, that's okay. You know what? What if we stayed at 280 and I'll give him 30%? Yeah, and then maybe actually I can take it to 275 because again, that is an absolutely ridiculous contract that we will likely use all of. So thank you for your cap room, Mr. Garrett Medina. Welcome to the team. All right, Benjamin Montgomery. He is I want to go here for this. 89 strength, 82 accuracy. That's not so bad. He's a 72 overall. He's a good backup. He's a better backup than Fiedler. We could potentially get Fiedler off the team. You never know. Wow. What the fuck? Why is he so expensive? That's insanity. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. I almost never do this, but I'm stretching this out to the full 7, and we'll see how expensive this makes him. And this is essentially being like, okay, you're the quarterback of the future. Here's a 7-year contract. And hopefully Carson also understands that this is his team for a while longer. And by the time that hits his 3rd or 4th year, it'll be tradable. And we'll know whether or not Montgomery is going to be our quarterback. So I'm going to stretch him the full 7. It looks way worse down the line, but it's actually really good for us right now, because then he'll just be like a properly paid 72. So yeah, for sure. All right, Montgomery takes it. So we've got Montgomery signed. We've got plenty of room to work with. Looks like Winston Barton snuck in as a 70 overall at strong safety, so that's freaking nice. Would have loved to see Bruce Harris be a little bit better, so we'll see what we can do there. Once again, you're going to be ascending. You're probably going to get maybe a 10% deal, and we'll flip you out to 5. I should be able to sign everybody else, no problem. Alright, Winston's on. Andre Huff coming in at a 76 overall. He's not very fast. You'll get none and you'll like it. We'll go ascending for you. We'll just, I think 299 for 4 works for me. I don't think we need to stretch him to the full 5. Let's go for 9.5. He'll probably take that. He didn't take it. Damn. All right. Jeez. All right, Bruce Harris. You're going to get, again, way more. Probably a 5-year deal. We'll go no bonus. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. We'll go ascending. We'll go to... You probably won't take that, but you might take that. All right, Brucey, non-guaranteed contract for your booty. Of course you don't take the first offer, you jerk. All right, Brucey, let's try again. Thank you. All right, so Manning's a 70 overall, which is kind of surprising, but let's go with Ronald Sharp here. Once again, we're going to go no bonus. We're going to go ascending. We're going to just crank that up to like 9.9. And I have to presume that you will sign for that, Ronald. Thank you. Joel Newman coming in at a 62. We can go 4 years for you. Absolutely not balanced. There's a good chance that you're not on the team in a couple of years, but that's okay. Joel Newman, welcome to the squad. And last but not least, Ruben Manning. We're going to keep you for 4 years. We'll go non-applicable. We'll go ascending. We'll take you up to like 195. I'm sure you'll take that. Okay. Of course you declined it. What a jerk. How about this one? You going to decline this one? Yeah, all right. So we've re-signed all of our rookies. We have one more roster spot to play with. We have $4.23 million in cap room. And I think we're doing okay. So we've got Montgomery signed as our quarterback for the long term. Carson's still our quarterback for 4 more years. They're getting paid the same, which is insane. We only have 1 more year of Ricky. We could feasibly, after the trade deadline, just use whatever is left to stretch him a little bit more. But we did sign Tatum Bell, and now Travis Minor becomes our guy on the bench, another ripe guy for cutting. At fullback, we've got Conrad, followed by Ronald Sharp. Conrad's on his final year of the deal, so we'll see if Sharp can pop in any sort of way, although both of them are sort of not super good at blocking, which isn't great. We've got Chambers, we've got Randall L. J.R. Tolver's technically our next best receiver, but look at that. Ruben Manning, a catch rating of 88, so for now, Ruben's going to be our tall slot guy, but look at these. We have 3 receivers that are 6'6" and above. That's insane. And then 2 guys that are just short as shit. So that's super funny that we just have some really, really tall receivers. Anyway. Pretty much the same in the tight end room. Same in the blocking room. We didn't really make any improvements there or any big changes. We still can't get rid of Hadnot's contract, so I think Taylor Whitley is probably an obvious, like, we'll move on from him since his stats aren't that good. We could honestly probably cut him and get some of that cap room back too, so maybe that's something we do. Same with these guys. Like, I just don't know. Like, I don't think Grady Torres is gonna pop, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Pape. We'll see. We've got Omar Perkins, we've got Joel Newman, and we've got Bowens at defensive tackle. I guess so. We could look at... Sorry, I just saw your comment, Al. We can take a look at what Ricky wants moving forward. Medina immediately is our best outside linebacker and one of our best linebackers, period. So I'm very, 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 very stoked on that pickup. And then we've got Huff playing backup to Zach Thomas for now. I guess we got to hold on to Zach. I mean, his penalty makes it so we kind of have to hold on to him. We're going to see what we can do here. I wonder, just out of curiosity, if I go back to the Philadelphia Football Eagles and I go, hey, what about now? What if you want to trade Peanut right now? Not at all? You don't want to trade him at all? Not even for... wow, not even for nothing, dude. That's crazy. Both first-round picks and Sam Madison, they're like, nah, we're good. Damn. All right. They really don't want to trade Peanut. Anyway. Let's... Before we finish the rookie signing period, I'm going to save one more time. And let's watch the Sports Center because I forgot to do that last time. I do feel like if it felt like I was mostly focusing on improving the defense, it's because I was. The defense needed the most help. Although we still need safety help. Alright, so let's watch the Sports Center. I'm curious what it looks like.
This is Sports Center.
Welcome, everyone, to a special draft wrap-up show here on ESPN. I'm Mel Kiper Jr. With the draft complete, it's time to take a look at all the shoe-ins and the surprises. Let's get it started. Johnson was taken, no surprise, with the first overall selection in the draft. The Redskins decided early on that this was their man, and they were obviously elated to bring him into the fold. He's going to be a special player, no doubt about it. Sparks went with the number 2 pick, and I'll tell you what, this kid takes a lot of talent with him as he heads off to the Cardinals. 5'7", 209, out of Ohio. He had a super season last year that really helped his draft standing, and I think he'll be an impact player at this level. Daniels was a guy I think that really came on strong late in his college career, and as a result, he goes with the number 10 pick. He heads off to the Bears, and this is a club that needed some help on the defensive side of the ball, and they're hoping this guy can step right in and contribute from day one. The Bills checked in with a pick in the middle of round 1, but they had their sights set and were elated when he fell to them at 19. Powell is a guy that's got a lot of upside, and I really believe he'll be a fixture with this club for years to come. Bowers came off the board with a 25th pick overall, so he'll pack his bags and head off to the Colts. And I think they were happy to see him still on the board in the late first round because he was a guy I know they had targeted, and they had him rated pretty highly. So let's do a quick recap as we focus on one team in particular that I thought had an interesting draft weekend. The Dolphins knew going in that they needed to add some firepower to their lackluster passing game of a season ago.
Whoa.
So they went out and did just that, as I thought they really addressed their needs. So that'll do it for this year. Another draft is in the books,
Did they
and
tell
now
us
the
we did a good
analyzing
job?
and second-guessing will begin in earnest as we get ready for the start of training camp in July. Till then, I'm Mel Kiper Jr. Thanks for joining us.
Flipping Ricky for Peanut would be insane. I don't know if I would do that. After the MVP season? What if we made that descending? Oh, it's too expensive? Damn, dude. I can't stretch him to 5 years. I mean, I can easily make the cap room for Ricky on this one. Stretching him like that probably isn't responsible. He would probably sign for an extra 3 years just doing that right now. That actually isn't a terrible deal. The bonus is a lot, but the bonus would make him untradeable. But he's not really asking for the mood. I'm okay bringing him into free agency, honestly. And then maybe our first round pick is our halfback. Although signing him and a halfback at the same time would be pretty nuts. I guess we'll have to see how the first 6 weeks go or so. If it feels like we're hitting a bad stride, we might blow it up and trade Ricky for draft capital. But I think that's something we can sit on for right now. I wonder, just out of curiosity, I do wonder if the Eagles would be interested in that trade. Who's their running back? Chris Perry? They need a running back. They would do it. They would give us stuff. This would be an insane move. You know that, right? Too bad. Wait, can we get Dawkins? We could get Brian Dawkins. Oh my god. That's so funny. Yeah, I think I'll sit on it for now, but that's fun to think about. Okay. Wow, that was pretty good. So I think I'm actually gonna like, I'll go to, we've signed all of our rookies, so we can start the off season. Release all unsigned rookies. Great, cool. I think I'm gonna call it right here. I know we still have to do the preseason and stuff like that. I'm moving into a sublet starting tomorrow, and I'm gonna have a long day of, and I've done almost no packing, and honestly, me playing tonight was a way of kind of procrastinating from doing that. So I feel good with where we're at. I'm gonna call it right here. We'll do preseason and maybe even play game 1 very soon. Once I have this new setup going. And who knows, maybe if I make really, really good progress, I'll come back tomorrow, but no promises. But this was super fun. Thank you for hanging out as always. I'll readjust the title so it only says the off season. But I think good off season. Good job by us. So stoked about the team that we're building here in Miami. And thank you so much for hanging out as always. And we'll look forward to seeing you all soon. Peace out, y'all.